So hello people, another day, another log, as I always say. So as you might have discovered by now, if you own a Himalayan or if you are going through the forums, Himalayan does seem to have a problem with the front brakes. They are a bit sluggish. There is that kind of a wooden feed that everyone talks about. Not that. I mean, there is just a lag at best. So here I'm just trying to do another impromptu kind of a job and see if this works or not. So these are made by Brembo. Now here is another example. Here it says ByBre. Now ByBre is by Brembo, short form, ByBre. Now it is just a guess that these would be using the same kind of disc pad setup, and luckily enough, Yamaha in the front brake also uses the same brake setup on the FZs. So FZ16 phasers, whatever they are called, this is the part number Yamaha. Now these are decent brake pads. They do give enough feedback. So the idea today is to just install these instead of whatever is coming as stock with the ByBre, and let's hope that these are slightly better, maybe, because there's obviously some kind of lag whenever you're trying to implement or apply the brake on the front. It's good for off-roading, I don't doubt it. So let's try these out. Now before you do that, these are 12mm bolts. So here I have so there is your 12mm bit, and this will be used to open that. So let's just open it and see if Yamaha FZ's brake pad fit in. But I have a strong feeling that these would, so let's just try that. So the 12mm bolt has and this is out as well. The next thing that you should be doing after getting the caliper out is just take a screwdriver, simple enough, and put it in the brake and just stretch slightly, to just make space. So from all the sides, top, middle and the bottom, this is good enough. So this is free enough. The brake fluid is back in the master cylinder. Yeah, so this can slide in and out. Now let's try and get these out. Now at this point, you first of all have to take this clip out, for which you're gonna need a plier, a plas, whatever you want to call it. So that did take a bit of manhandling. Now this is the first kind of clip I'm seeing that is so cockeyed. Is the first kind of clip that I'm seeing that is just so twisted. But anyways, we were able to get it out with the help of a plier. So let's take the pads out. So I am not sure why this was so bent, but I've just taken help of two pliers to straighten it out, and this should help. Now I'm just going to work on taking the now this has to be the worst braking setup that I have ever seen in my life. I had to put the assembly back just so that I can use focus, small bit to take the pin out after I had taken this this pin. This is just ridiculous. So I had to hammer. Finally, after a lot of hammering, the pin is finally out, badly rusted. This needs a bit of attention. We'll be cleaning this in, so let's move on. Now as for checking whether the Yamaha ones fit in, let's open these up. Here we go. So nicely packed in. And let's see. Yeah, a perfect fit. You can see, perfect fit. Let's look at the calipers. Yeah, the material is slightly different. Broad, certainly broad, even though Yeah, okay, almost the same size, but yeah, let's fit these in. Before I do that though, I will be cleaning the caliper. There is a lot of accumulation of dirt, dust and everything, so let's do that. Okay, so I now know why this took so much of effort. Do you see this? This is a circlip kind of a thing. That is why I had to hammer it out. I've not seen this on many other bikes. Maybe they've just put this in as a safety feature. In most cases, the clip that goes in these holes, which is this clip, this usually does the job. But I don't know why they have decided to fit this another circlip in. So anyways, let's clean everything up and put the things back in with the Yamaha calipers. Now just to grease this and clean this, this is how this is gonna come off. You just pull it apart like this and this is off, so that you can grease all the parts, this and this. So let's do that. So the caliper has kind of been cleaned, just wiping it off with a dry cloth, just trying to keep the video short. So yeah, so now the assembly is clean enough. All we have to do is just apply a bit of grease on this bit and this bit. Now there's the grease, so let's do that. So the greasing bit is done. These are the parts that were taken off. Now these are going to slide in to the caliper, and let's do that. So the assembly is all back in, all greased up, the mounts. Now these are the Yamaha FZ pads that I sourced. These are simply just gonna go in, and if you're having some difficulty putting these in, just squeeze it like this so that the pads are in, as simple as that. Now all you need is that clip, this one. Now as we know, this is gonna get hammered in, there is no other way. I've greased this though, but this is still sticking a bit out, 3-4 mm, so let's just hammer it back in. So the pads are nicely in. Now there is some level of adjustment needed at this end. You might have to squeeze the outer pad in by just making sure that it does not, let me just get proper focus on this one, because this was quite tricky. This pad had to be bedded properly in, and that took a bit of an effort, going inside that chrome clip at the top, this one. I hope you can see that, and that was all that was needed. At the bottom the pin is in, you can see through and through, so we just have to put this clip in, and let's do it. Now when all of the things have been put back in place, all that is needed to be done is just to squeeze this bracket as far back as possible. Can be done with the hand, and then just put the brake assembly back in, and here we go. And that is all. So I'll be putting the bolts in. So everything is back in, and oh my god, was this quite an effort. I'm just hoping that this is going to be worthwhile. Now after all of these things are done, once you press in the brake, it is going to come all the way back in like this. You keep pressing it, and eventually this would start to feel a lot better. And there we go, all the way back in. So this was it. Simple procedure. No, not simple, but you get it, right? I don't know why they have made it this complicated, but anyways, this is it. I'll put a review on the brake pads of how the things are going, whether this is good or bad or whatever. Until then, well, oh my goodness, ciao, and see you later.